I might get a 4080, I don't know, but like I said, doing a new run next year will give me time to put that all together. You got yourself an AMD one, Leo. Nice. Yeah, fuck, my brain just... What else? Think again. Yeah, Bailey actually built a new computer recently with all of the good AMD stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably stick with an NVIDIA GPU because of the streaming, and I like the NVIDIA encoder. Granted, AMD has been working on their own version of that, and I think OBS supports it, but I'm gonna go with what I'm familiar with for the time being. Yeah, and I don't really want to give up the NVIDIA encoder, the NVENC. It's too nice to be able to actually have full quality game and full quality stream at the same time, even though they're both technically running on the GPU. It's just nothing stutters like it used to before the NVIDIA encoder was like, well, I could run OBS and the game and run it on low, or I could run just one or the other. Now you don't have to really choose. It's really nice. But yes, as soon as the credits roll and I wrap up this thing for YouTube, we can catch up, everybody. Looks like we're getting close. We're at the localization and translation teams. And yeah, for everybody on YouTube, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking it out. And for those of you who left those nice messages to saying, hey, are you going to finish the game? I mean, you didn't say it that way, but I know what you meant. It's okay. It gave me the kick in the ass to actually finish the game. So pat yourself on the back for that. Glad we finished it. What else about the game? I love the way it ended after the Atom Smasher fight. Like, everything else after that was wonderful narrative. I enjoyed it a lot. The choices to make, wonderfully difficult, like I said. Very, very well laid out. Very, very tempting in both directions, as opposed to, you know, the other games that have sort of hollow choices of, well, would you like to shoot yourself in the brain or actually run off and be the hero? And it's like, tough choice, tough choice. As far as things I remember from back when we did the playthrough before, things I'd like to finish up at some point, maybe, depending on how things end up after the credits. Finish that last side quest for Judy, maybe go ask Rogue out for Johnny, see what happens with those two pieces. Maybe finish the side quest we started last time. The one with the crazy guy on death row who wants to get crucified on Brain Dance. But there's not a lot left. Like, the only other quests or side quests I really have left is the races, which I'd want to plug my controller back in for, but I'm not really feeling like 100%ing the game exactly. And the boxing side quest, which was eh. I'll be very interested to see what Melee is like in the 2.0 patch. I guess as far as things with this game, I definitely still notice some quirks and hiccups here and there. The pickup radius, or I guess the detection radius for pickup of an item, is still very finicky. You almost have to look past an item before it senses you. Maybe that's a weird FOV thing. That because my FOV is bigger, I don't know. What else? Driving. Driving is still god-awful. Needs a controller. I feel like I discovered that when I played the game originally, and I've forgotten. With the new car combat coming in 2.0, that's going to be very interesting. See how that's smoothed out. Because what I don't get is the Basilisk was wonderfully smooth to drive. I moved my mouse and I turned to the left or the right. Driving a car, it's full WASD, which just... I don't know. It just feels wrong. Because I suppose it's something more along the lines of you're used to moving the mouse where you're going to point, and you don't necessarily... Yes, that's one of the big things coming in 2.0 Eagle, is they're giving they're giving you the ability to have combat in cars. Like, your car will have weapons. Like, they're completely overhauling the car system, they're completely overhauling the cop system, they're completely overhauling the skill tree, the perks, the way you level, what you do with level ups. Like, there's like 2 or 3 new things coming in that alone. There's dozens of new weapons and parts and cyberware. Every system has been reworked in some way or another, whether it's through balances or just completely rewritten. It sounds like they went through and said, fuck it, we're making this good. Weapons were a ton of fun in this game. Smart bullets. I mean, how could you not like a smart bullet? Snipers always felt really nice. I feel like I was having a hard time sniping in this last little bit here because I had to adjust my gamma for the screen I'm on right now. That I should fix the screen instead of messing with the gamma, because some things were just washed out, which I don't think they had meant to be. Pistols were fun, shotguns were good. I don't remember using assault rifles very much, and I never got into blades or melee. I really hope that the updates to all of the cyber weapons of sorts, the mantis blades, the monowire, the everything else you could attach to yourself is a lot nicer. Melee in general, I hope, is better. Part of me wants to go back and rewatch the playthrough that I just finished here to see what it was like years ago when I started this. I know I did one of the boxing side quest fights, but I don't remember whether it was difficult or not, whether I struggled with it. Is there a fast forward button on the credits? I don't want to skip them. I just want to fast forward them because it's like, yes, voice actors from all around the world, y'all did amazing fucking jobs, absolutely. But I wasn't listening to the game in Korean. Can I please fast forward a little bit? Now we're at the localization stuff. Waiting for it to get to the soundtrack stuff, because that's usually at the end of credits. Outsource localization QA. Uh-huh. Jose Nacho Chavez. Oh, there's a name. Hey Nacho, you done with that work yet? Wondering how much bigger the credits are going to be with the 2.0 patch and all the people that worked on that. There's another Nacho. Ignacio. Mm-hmm. These are really long. I think the music has started over 3 times now. Okay, holding spacebar does not. No, while we wait on this to finish, what else? What else? I remember back at launch there was this fun system where you could buy a bunch of snacks, disassemble them into like parts, and then you could use those parts to take your sniper blueprint and assemble a bunch of snipers, and then you could take, what was it, like $50 worth of snacks and turn it into $500 worth of guns. And just infinite profit. I know they patched that, but that was fun. I guess it was kind of economy breaking, but for a single player game, if a player wants to do that, I suppose it is one of those things where it's like it's a careful balance of, do we let the player do this and then complain the game is too easy, or do we fix an unintended exploit and ensure they have the experience we wanted them to see? That always kind of runs afoul of that thing that I'm always troubled by, especially like what Gearbox did with Borderlands 3. The whole, hey, you're supposed to have fun, but not like that. It's like, but it's a single player game. What do you care how I have fun? I'm enjoying your game. This is good. I bought and paid for it. But I guess maybe there's the angle of stories like this, and even Borderlands 3 are very narrative driven, and even with all of the actual gameplay in between the storytelling, if that gameplay feels trivial, the storytelling might feel lacking. Like, sort of take the Atom Smasher fight I was talking about earlier. That felt easier than I think it should have for a final boss. I just ran around the room and hacked him a dozen times, and shooting him didn't feel like it did anything, but maybe my guns just weren't powered up enough. I should have taken better guns, but They pretty much one-shot everything else. I can't imagine doing the Atom Smasher fight melee. But I suppose if you spec into it, pretty strong, because I think you get a lot of resistances going that direction. Maybe it helped I was, like, immune to shock and fire by the end. Yeah, the primary debuffs, I guess. Let's see, what else from early in the game? I suppose on a small note, I'm glad they let you swim. So many games are like, you fell in the water, you're instantly dead, haha. Because we didn't want to make a swimming animation. Or put anything in the water. Which is fine. I mean, it's a reasonable way to save time. Mildly immersion breaking if you want water in your game, though. Lore-wise, it makes sense. And this is true. Master Chief would sink like a rock. But actually, don't their suits have like little jetpacks in them? Maybe they could like use them as hydro jets or something. Maybe not. Oh, you poor bastards on the Stadia porting team. Stadia. God, wasn't that one of the big things when the game came out? It's like, exclusive to PC and Stadia. Just like, oh, Google. We knew that wasn't going anywhere. Even with you backing it. Global internet just isn't there yet. Support that kind of, I mean, there's still Nvidia doing their thing, which seems decent, but I don't know how well it's still going. When am I going to try Path of Exile? I don't know. ARPGs have never really been my thing, is I think the main issue. I almost got into Diablo 4. I just... Like, I was really excited about it, watching people play the beta, and then it took so long to go from beta to release that I had lost interest. Kind of like what happened with Baldur's Gate 3. Like, early access was announced, and I was like, oh my god, I want the game, I want it now. But then it took them 2 years to finish the game, and not that the game isn't amazing, like, I hear nothing but good things about it, and I'm sure I'll love it when I get to it. It's just 2 years is a lot of time for me to focus on something else. They did. Oh, good old games. Nice. Dog. Yeah, I mean, is D4 better than D3, though? I think is the question. Like, I think they've sidestepped a lot of problems. I just hear D4 has no real end game as its main issue. Although maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe it was meant to be a very story one that, hey, you beat the game, congratulations. You can grind for some gear, but that's not the point. We put the gear there for the people who insisted on grinding for something. D3 better than D4? Now, is that because D3's been out longer and had more DLCs and expansions and patches, or it was just better, you know, at launch, D3 at launch is better than D4 at launch. D3 only had 2 expansions? So it didn't have a lot added to it other than them like patching the real money market out, which was As we all know, a shockingly dumb decision. The only people I've heard talk highly of it were the ones who were like, man, I loved making tons of money. Like, yeah, that's kind of the problem. We'll play the stock market if you want to do that. Uber has no unique loot. So you fight her once for funsies. And you're like, yeah, I did it. And then why do you fight her again? That seems really weird. Yeah, I mean, an auction house using in-game currency with no way to purchase in-game currency with real currency is totally fine. It's just taking the idea of users wanting to trade to a new level. And with it trying to be not an MMO, but, you know, providing interaction between players. Oh, is that what we're calling D4? They tried to make D4 too much of an MMO. I guess that kind of fits with a lot of the world bosses and some of the encounters people talked about. It was very MMO-like in how it went down, but... Trying to think back to what else I remember from playing before, and all I remember is like hunting down cyber psychos and that one on the pier. Helping Judy with something to get the club back from somebody or something the club needed. And it seemed like no matter what decision I made to finish the mission, she still hated us at the end. But I remember, Eagle, you mentioning that you got the good ending for that mission, and I still have no idea how you managed that. But of course, it's been years. I don't think either of us know how the hell you did that at this point. I remember Ozob, the clown we chauffeured around as he robbed places. I remember his grenade being interesting. I remember Carnage getting his character in the game, who was just like... a crazy bum talking about the end of the world, basically. Weird conspiracy theories. I remember doing a little bit of stuff off stream where I was running around trying to find all the tarot cards, because that's not the most exciting thing to watch. Just fast travel to A, from A to B, look at card, repeat. I remember seeing someone else play years ago at launch, and there was apparently a really nice card hidden in the tunnel. I think one of those first missions you do with Pan Am, maybe. And I meant to go back for it, and I just never did. I vaguely remember the parade scene where you try to assassinate somebody, but I don't even know who we were assassinating anymore. I remember sneaking around and all the bright lights and watching the parade go by, and... Sorta remember the boss fight? I died to him a few times. Oh, thank God, wrote the music. There was... As you go down the side quest path for Judy, Eagle, There's something where something's wrong with the club that she works at, and like they need money, or some new owner's trying to screw people over and fire everybody, and she asks for you to help, and by helping, you end up having to go up against a whole bunch of like crime lords, and barely remembering this, but something to do with I killed everybody, and she was like, I'm very mad at you for killing everyone. You helped me, but it was not the right way. And I was like, you hired me. You know what I do, kind of thing. Because after that one, like, you meet Judy out front, and you have a chat, and she's just very disappointed in you, like, 9 times out of 10 of whatever you do. And there's that one time that you do something different, and she's... So I remember we talked about this forever ago, Eagle, when it happened, and you were saying that, yeah, I did that story, and no, she was really happy. It was the good ending, and I'm like, how'd you do that? That's all I remember. What else? Sort of remember that first mission with your buddy sneaking into Arasaka Tower, trying to steal something from the big boss man. Only later, you know, discovering way later that it's Johnny on a chip. I think it's where they first start teaching a little bit about using, watching a brain dance to discover secrets. It's where they first kind of introduce you to Adam Smasher as you're hiding in the closet behind the TV. It's interesting they broke up the credits here by radio station instead of just listing all the songs. Kind of nice. I don't think I was rarely in cars, so I didn't listen to a lot of the radio, plus like 80% of the songs were DMCA, so like the 20% that was left was just got old quick. What is that, pon shit? Alright. Maelstrom guy following you because you befriended him. Then did the big feist and he followed you. Oh, yes. I remember you talking about that. Like, did you befriend him, or was it like you hacked him and made him friendly, and he just kind of stayed friendly through the entire mission, even though he wasn't supposed to? Right, Vez? These are the longest goddamn credits I've ever seen. Like, I want to let them play out. Every single person deserves the credit for the work they did, so I let it play. I just didn't realize it was going to be 20 minutes or 30 minutes of credits. But we're at the music. The music means we're almost done. So once we're done listing all the radio stations, there'll be like the main soundtrack getting listed, and then probably wrapping up and, you know, putting the logos for whatever unions are involved. How long does it say it is? Also, by the way, now that I'm not distracted with trying to finish the game, thank you for 44 months, Mez. 40 minutes of credits. Jesus. And, like, I don't want to hit escape and skip them because we're so close to done, too, now, but it'd be nice if I could hold spacebar and they scrolled faster. Oh, you befriended Maelstrom? Man, I don't remember anything about the gangs in here. Like, you could be friendly with them? Like, I know there was your street cred, and, you know, I maxed it out to 50 a long-ass time ago doing side quests or something. But you could befriend individual gangs? Yeah, other than, like, the Aldecados because of Pan Am. God, there's so much I don't remember about the game, though. Oh, what else do I remember, though? The mission where you had to, like, hijack the train so you could then use it to blockade the convoy to steal the parts of the tank that became the Basilisk. There we go. Music. Special thanks. 1,600 voice actors alone. You know what? I believe it. The number of languages they localized this for, the number of spoken languages, the number of written languages, the localization teams, the translators. The robot. Ah. That's, like, half familiar. If it's the one I think you're talking about, then I think I just decided to shoot them all. Took the robot anyway. Three minutes left, okay. Thank you, Twitch chat, for being patient with me. And anyone on YouTube who stuck around to watch all this, thank you too. These people deserve the credit, like I said. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I vaguely do remember us having that conversation when you and I streamed it back in the day, that you came in talking about, oh my god, I've got my buddy, and he's just running around helping me in missions all the time. I was like, he's doing what? Yeah, I've got a buddy. He's just there. I'm hiding in cover. Nobody can see me. Nobody's alert, but he's just standing there. Like, what? Yeah, no, he's just there. He's having fun. He's my buddy. We're running around. We're doing crimes. You know, it's great. Fixer's telling me to go, you know, stealthily assassinate this guy, and he's just standing there in front of him, and the guy's like, sure, why not? The character portrayed by Hideo Kojima wears Brooklyn eyeglasses. Well, good to know. Alright, yeah, here we are. This is basically the end of the credits now. The final bits of software used. Jesus Christ, CD Projekt Red. Let me hold spacebar next time. That's all I want to say. Ah. Anyway. Alright, YouTube. Thank you so damn much for watching all this. I hope you guys enjoyed the hell out of it. There will be more Cyberpunk in the future. We will be doing a fresh run with the 2.0 major overhaul with the expansion. I just don't know when. and I can't guarantee it'll go on YouTube. However, if you do want to see it on YouTube, and you did somehow make it through 40 minutes of credits with me, leave a comment, let me know. But that's gonna do it for the Cyberpunk 2077 playthrough started 3 years ago. Thank you all for watching out there in YouTube land. I'll see y'all next time. Oh, but also, don't forget, if you do want to see more of this, there is live on Twitch where this was recorded, so look in the description. I'm sure I left my link to my channel there somewhere. Goodbye, YouTube. Catch you next time.